guys, I wanted to talk about something that's really important. And no, this is not clickbait. This actually happened to me a couple of days ago. I think it was 3 days ago or 4 days ago. But I wanted to share it with you all because first of all, you guys are my family. And secondly, because I want you guys to create an open conversation in the comment section down below and share your opinions and thoughts on this situation and situations about drunk drivers in general. So basically, I was at an event and it was around 10:45-ish and I really wanted to leave because I had to wake up early. And my friend Jay was also with me, so I had to drop him home. And we decided to grab Tim Hortons, Canada represent, before I drop him off. We were in my vehicle, and basically, if you guys live in Brampton, if any of you live in Brampton, you know exactly the intersection I'm talking about. It is Steeles and Kennedy. So I was on Steeles West, and Kennedy is this way. So my vehicle was parked right here. I still have some henna on from the wedding, so this is what that is. But my vehicle was parked right here, and this is Kennedy. The lights were red. We had our drinks in our hand, and there were 3 cars in front of me. I was parked for a good maybe 10 to 12 seconds. I think it was around that time. And all of a sudden, boom, a vehicle rams right in the back of my car. The drinks just went flying all over the seat. I was shook, Jay was shook, and the people around us actually, it was such a large and huge accident. It wasn't like somebody was braking from behind to stop themselves from hitting. They actually just went directly at the speed they were at. I don't know what speed they were at, and they just went right into me. And my vehicle went forward and I hit the brake. So a tow truck driver actually saw what happened and hopped into his car. So he was in the corner at a gas station, and there were vehicles around me, and they all froze. And there were more cars coming to stop because they wanted to know what had happened, first of all, and secondly, also because the lights were red. Take it in that I actually felt bad that when I got hit, of course, like luckily Jay and I were okay, and I thought, oh my goodness, I feel so bad for this person who hit me because now they are gonna have a higher amount in insurance and all these other things, and I don't know how badly my car is damaged from behind, but I was more worried about them than I actually was about myself. And all of a sudden, this person starts reversing. So I look in my rear view mirror and I go, okay, they're just probably reversing and they're gonna stop. I'm gonna get out and we'll figure out what had happened and all of that other stuff. All of a sudden, I can't believe this happened. This person reverses. Now there's a clear area before all these other cars are coming in. Just jets, he just jets. This individual just leaves, cuts across the road, cuts across the intersection, and then goes north on Kennedy. And the tow truck driver that I just mentioned actually saw what happened and jetted right after him, started following him. All these people around me in their vehicles got out to check if I was okay, and there was this car that pulled up right beside me, 3 guys, and they were like, oh my goodness, I can't believe what just happened. This person just left. Like, did that person really leave? And I was actually shocked. Luckily, I couldn't even get a part of the license plate. Jay got maybe 2 of the numbers, but we were like, oh shit, we don't have the license plate. What's gonna happen? But all of a sudden, this couple came out of a car, and I think they are a couple, not sure, they could have been brother or sister, but these 2 people came out of the car, and they actually had reported this vehicle about a couple of minutes beforehand. They said that the car was jumping, the person who was driving was jumping lights, they were swerving. So they knew that something was off balance with this individual and had already called in with the license plate and everything. And I was like, okay, thank God someone got the license plate. So some of the witnesses, they were really nice. They actually pulled up on the side of the road and we went into a plaza so that they could just check if Jay and I were okay, and that if we needed more information, because they were all witnesses. And the person who called the police department way beforehand to notify them about this individual who was driving off balance was actually telling me that it's not a proper license plate, it's a dealer plate. And I went, oh my goodness, like now how are we gonna find out who this person is or what happened, etc., etc. So we were there for a while and I had to go home because one of my family members is unwell. So my car was drivable, and you will see a picture that's popping up right here. This is how my car was hit. And my car was drivable, and obviously I was very shook at what happened. The witnesses gave me their numbers. The tow truck driver came back and said he tried chasing the person, but the person just disappeared. Don't know where that person went. He told me that the guy driving the vehicle actually was sitting far back in his car, so the seat was basically almost all the way down, and he was driving something like this, so they knew that he must have been under the influence. The next day, I wrote a report. A cop came to the house. I wrote a report. They scanned all the information, and they found out that it was a small dealer in downtown. So they got all the details and all of that, and now we're gonna be going through whatever the procedures. So yeah, Jay and I are okay, and I wanted to talk about this because, you know, we hear stories about such situations happening, like drinking and driving and somebody getting hurt because of it. You don't really understand the impact it has until it happens to you or somebody you know. And I actually lost a family member because of someone else's mistake of drinking and driving. I have no remorse for individuals who choose to get into a vehicle when they know that they are not themselves. They are not sober at all. And I have no remorse for these individuals. They're actually not only causing harm on themselves, but they're causing a lot of harm on another life, which they have no right to take. So it is extremely upsetting what has happened. And even I remember reading a case, and I talked about this on my social media, where 3 kids and a grandparent were killed because some idiot was driving under the influence of alcohol. I don't even know what to say to such people like that. I genuinely just don't know. And it's extremely scary that there are people out there who think it is okay. So I wanted to create a conversation with you guys as to what we can do to help prevent this. I know there are people out there who are helping to prevent this, but what are other things that we can do? And one thing is definitely that if you see somebody who has drank or somebody who is off balance and you're at an event or party, call them a cab. Don't let them get in their car. Or situations like you see a vehicle on the road and it's swerving and something seems off, call the cops. So there are things that we can do to help prevent someone else from being hurt, because clearly the person who drank or the person who was under the influence of drugs does not care for their own life and think that they have the right to maybe just, they think they have the right to take someone else's life. That's how I see it. Maybe that's not the way to look at it, but it's just so upsetting. And now I constantly, while I'm driving, like I said, I have anxiety. So I wanted to just talk about this with you guys and say to you guys that keep an eye out on everything that's around you. Keep an eye out on your surroundings, no matter what time in the day that you're driving, because there are stupid individuals in this world. And stay safe. And please, 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 please do not drink and drive under any influence. There's cabs for a reason. There's friends for a reason. Or just sleep at the place that you are at. That's all. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you know anybody who has been affected by such a thing, or if you know anyone who's actually lost their lives to it. I would love to, you know, hear your stories, and just make sure that to all of you guys that we are helping this world to be a better place by even doing the tiniest act of kindness. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye. Adoption is such a beautiful thing.